So good afternoon. Welcome to Radio Tribune. I'm Catherine Duncan. It's February 12th, 2018, and we are studying from the Gospel of Hip Hop, the first instrument presented by KRS-One from the Temple of Hip Hop. Today, February 12th, it says compassion and care is the word for today. Allow these virtues to guide your day. We've studying from the Gospel of Hip Hop as a way to appreciate and learn Black history during this Black History Month. We're being guided through this book. We've talked about and given our condolences to the Shirley Barber family for her passing, having served this community so well as a school board trustee, and her funeral is today, and we have our prayers for her family. And we are having a big program tomorrow on F Street. It's a Mardi Gras, and it's for Fat Tuesday. So I know we've talked about this to death. We have beat it, but we're gonna tell everybody one more time who don't know about Carnival that we're having the best party that the West Side has ever seen. Well, we thought we were until we started learning a little history ourselves. Jennifer thought we needed a little unity in the community. She rolled out this big slogan, and then we opened up one of Assemblyman Harvey Mumford's picture books. And there he had done a 3-day festival. What was it? What year was it?
When I was born in 1972, before I was even born.
And he called that festival Unity in the Community. She just about had a hit.
I say it all the time, I'm all that. But no.
She said, I thought of that. But he had Muhammad Ali, and Sugar Ray Leonard at his Sugar Ray Robinson at his event. In 1972, he did a similar program, and it's amazing that
it was a 3-day festival.
A 3-day festival.
And there was beauty contests, and oh my gosh, there was a whole book that he kept of all these ladies, and I want to bring it back to your house because I was asking some of the ladies, do you remember this lady that's sitting there? They still live in the neighborhood a lot of them, and it was these essays about what being a Black woman means to you.
Oh, really?
And it was really inspirational because it's the truth. There's more Black women that go to college now than any other demographic, and truly, you could see it in that book and what being a Black woman. Because as a white woman, we never wrote what it meant to be a white woman. We were never what it meant to be a white woman in Arkansas meant to get in that kitchen, baby. That was my grandpa. When are you gonna settle down? So it was amazing that back in 1972, the people in the neighborhood were more empowered than I was in 1990 when I was, the same age.
So 1972, fast forward, is 2018, and he's still facing the same challenges basically in 1972. So although it appears that we have grown a lot in the African American community, there's still a lot of disunity. And so if Mr. Mumford gets his way, let's say when he gets his way, he'll be able to unify the different segments of the community towards some common goals.
And truly, he has archives going back to the 50s and 60s, but he has his archives from when he ran for state assemblyman the first time, and he has this little business card that he used to hand out, and I don't know when that was.
2004 was when he took the assembly seat.
So since 2004 and 2018, on his business card, not one thing has wavered, not one thing has changed. Every single thing that he said he wanted then, he still says that he wants now. And
he still hasn't had much success in getting those things, except that he did get multicultural education in schools.
Yeah.
He was able to get the cameras on the commons.
Exactly.
And he did have a bill passed that says that we need to fix up the West Side. So now maybe he'll be able to implement that West Side fixer-upper, because certainly that has not happened yet. Well, let me take it back. There's people trying to fix up the West Side, but perhaps not in a way that it would preserve and protect the history like Mr. Mumford was advocating for. He was a fierce advocate for the preservation of the waters. And even yesterday, as we sat down, he whipped out an article from 2009 where Jane Ann Morrison from the RJ was really saying how the Moulin Rouge was such a terrible eyesore. really need to go, and that article still hurts his heart.
I know, I drove by this morning, like the back way to Washington and the back way.
Yeah.
Just to see, to look back there, the mess, not
Yeah.
part of the article he was showing us last night.
Yeah, so that still hurts his heart, knowing what the Moulin Rouge should have become. But guess what? It was there was a story in that made the Damn Short Film Festival finals. Rachel Austin did a damn short, and hers is 8 minutes. And it was, I mean, to see it on the internet when they first sent me the clip, it was okay. But when I sat in the audience out at the Golda Theater and watched this short video on big screen, and there was my big head on the big screen, oh my God, what a feeling that was. What an amazing feeling. And to think that 2 young Black girls from the West Side drove all the way out to Boulder City. They had never been there before, but they drove all the way out there just to see an 8-minute film because they wanted to see it that bad. And that's what touched my heart. And so I know that the Moulin Rouge is still going to live on through the youth, and that all of our efforts will not have been in vain. Those of us who are over 60 who have been trying to preserve that important history, now that I've seen it take on.
But out of all of the crowd, out of all of the questions that they could ask, what movies did they ask questions on?
Well, that's the thing. There were like 6 films in our particular category. And so the MC asked questions of each one of the directors, because they brought all the directors up on stage to ask them a question after the film was over. So after the MC asked questions, then they turned it over to the audience. Only 2 questions were asked, and they were both about the Moulin Rouge. One man stood up and yelled at the director, "Why did you only make 8 minutes? This deserves a full feature. We need to know the whole story." And I was like, yes. And they even introduced me, and I could throw my hand up and say, "I'm here in the audience. I felt like a movie star." I told you.
Yeah.
Thank God I was wearing my new shoes I got from the thrift store. Otherwise, we're here at Radio Tribune 702-983-0711, and it is Black History Month, and we had a little disagreement last night about how Black History Month actually got started, didn't we?
Little one. Not me.
Not
I was
me,
part of it.
but it was Carter G. Woodson. It was Carter G. Woodson. He was Negro History
It was
Month.
a bet. It wasn't a disagreement. Y'all made a full-on
I
bet.
made 50 cents on it.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's also celebrated in Canada, I'm understanding, and in other countries, and it's celebrated as African American Achievement Month. So we should be celebrating our achievements. And I'm learning about some wonderful people in Las Vegas that I had never met before. But before we get to that, Jennifer, tell us about Mardi Gras. What's happening on F Street tomorrow?
A carnival, a good old-fashioned carnival with the circus.
We're gonna have the whole cast from the Ramos Brothers.
Brothers Circle.
Yeah.
Circus.
Mhm.
I can't wait. We're gonna have a fish fry.
And some of those cast members are that's on Juggler,
Costume party.
Was he doing with the contortionist? Yes.
Contortionist.
Uh-huh.
That contortionist is amazing.
Yes.
It's like he doesn't have a bone anywhere in his body. I mean, you see how he sticks his head that back like around? That was kind of weird. Didn't you think that was kind of weird?
My back hurts so bad all the time. I'm like, oh, I need to go over there. Can't even look at him.
So we got the contortionist, the juggler,
The
the
clowns.
clowns, we got,
The girls in their beautiful outfits.
and we got face painting for the children. So that's gonna be huge.
Free ice cream from Anderson Dairy. They're bringing a whole ice cream truck. We're going to be at the Harrison House. So if anybody's not familiar with that, it's on F Street in Adams, 1001 F Street. The street's going to be blocked off down to Jefferson, so park all around the neighborhood there. Don't double park, don't crazy park, don't block up any other streets because, just don't cause trouble with the police, please.
So we're gonna have free ice cream from Anderson Dairy, and thanks to Caesars Entertainment for their sponsorship, we're gonna give an old-fashioned fish fry for everyone who's attending. They're gonna get some fish and chips, and
Mardi Gras beads.
Mardi Gras beads.
I think the MLK Club, they said they were going to bring more.
Normal. This is an organization that's advocating for. Actually, they help get people's records sealed,
They
expunged.
help you, they show you how to go to an attorney if you have a marijuana crime on your record. Now you can have it expunged off of your record. So
So Normal will be there to show us how to do that. And we also have Women's Federation for World Peace.
Yeah.
They're also, they just came in today that they are an organization that is interested in furthering the peaceful relations, and there's a lot of unrest in the African American community, and so we certainly could use the knowledge, wisdom, and services of the Women's Federation for World Peace. They've been involved in peacekeeping missions on a world level between Korea and Japan, between Israel and Pakistan, and so they know the elements of peacekeeping and conflict resolution. They talk about different types of diplomacy, track one diplomacy, track two diplomacy, but they're also an NGO to the United Nations, which means that they're part of the Economic and Social Council of the UN. So they're going to be working with us to work through some of these United Nations initiatives where it has to deal with the African American community, because last year was the first time the United Nations actually placed what we call sanctions against the United States, and it's the first time America's ever been in this position, and it has to do with the way it handles its African American citizens. So we're going to look into that document more deeply, more clearly as soon as Mardi Gras over. The radio show is going to take on a structure so that we're going to talk about health. We're going to bring in health professionals. We're going to bring in a lot of different people who have information that's going to help us working towards solutions. So we don't want to live. We want to stand on history. We don't want to live in history. We want to come up and do some sustainable practices in the future, not just for Black people's sake, but for everybody's sake.
Right, learn from our mistakes and don't let history repeat itself.
Praise God. Thank you for saying that, because we can't afford to pass down to our children, to the next generation of children, what we inherited from our ancestors, where it comes to racism and white supremacy and segregation and all of this. We can't pass it on. So in order not to pass it on to the next generation, we have to deal with it effectively in 2018. Right?
Yes.
Right.
And truly, like, for all the churches, just to love your neighbor, the golden rule aspect, I would really like to see people maybe practice what they preach.
Well, it's easy to say love your neighbor, but
You
love,
have to love yourself.
you gotta be, before you can love anybody else, you have to love yourself. And Black people have been
not in a
taught.
way of like, I'm all that kind of love.
No,
and you accept yourself. You're true to yourself. That's all.
Well, there's all different kinds of love. There's different kinds of love, and so we have to learn every different kind of love, and not just conjugal love. Because when you say love in Las Vegas, it brings up a whole different kind of.
For me, it goes back to the soulmate.
In Las Vegas, love, you got a love shop on Las Vegas Boulevard, and I don't know what comes up out of those shops. It ain't love, so we need to tell people what love.
The arcade.
What she said, what Tina said.
What's love got to do with it?
So we have got to really understand what love is, and the love shop on the strip might not be the answer. you can't buy love. Yeah. So
I'm just sad but glad that it's next to the other community garden and not Helen's garden. When they put it in there, I was like, oh, the humanity, why? So that's pretty bad.
Okay, so we're gonna have a real heavy schedule coming up for the rest of the month. We're gonna have a lot to get through, and we're gonna have one show on food and cooking, how to cook healthy. And I'm hoping to get some chefs in here to turn up a meal in the kitchen, and then maybe
Chef John from 3 Square. Do you hear me, Chef John? Do you hear me?
Okay, and so back to the Mardi Gras, which is tomorrow.
Yes.
At 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
4-7.
Okay, now we have the King's Court. It's going to have, like we said, some pretty prominent people on the court. So there's going to be an official ceremony that's going to go from about 4:15 to 5 o'clock. So 45-minute official program. We're trying not to have any long-winded political speeches. There will be a unity ceremony, and Minister Stretch Sanders is going to be there. We're going to pull him into the unity ceremony. So it's not going to be just all fun and games. We are going to talk about what measures we have to take to unite, and talk about working together as the first step to getting past some of the challenges that we face as people. And what else is going to go on tomorrow? Gosh, it seems like I'm already tired.
I know.
And the day hasn't even started.
I don't know what's going on besides just some good family fun. Sunday, fun afternoon.
And so Mr. Mumford's gonna speak tomorrow though. He's gonna talk to us about the meaning and history of Mardi Gras. And you were sharing with us 10 things we need to know about Mardi Gras.
I already told him that when you were on your time.
Oh, okay, when I was on my CP time?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, then, will we,
So,
go ahead.
well, I did want to tell everybody that it is not a raging wild party, Mardi Gras. It means Fat Tuesday. It's not New Orleans. It wasn't even found in New Orleans. The first one in America was actually in Montgomery, Alabama, or Mobile, Alabama. I'm sorry. So, and then it moved to New Orleans for another 100 years after that.
Wow.
So, but what I do love around New Orleans is they give away 25,000 pounds worth of beads and swag. And so I hope that by next year that we'll have enough floats and actually your float is called your crew, your KREWE. So we are the Soul City crew over here. And so anybody else that brings a float or has any part in the parade, your band or whatever, you're your own crew too. So you name it accordingly. So if we took our float to New Orleans, we would be technically the Soul City crew.
Well, we're going to have Mr. Patterson from the High Steppers. I believe the whole High Steppers crew's coming.
So the
High Steppers crew. We're gonna have a Sammy Davis Jr. back from the spirit world. He's gonna come and walk around. And we're gonna have some exhibits in Harrison House talking about what the house is about. You know, we have a 4-minute film for everyone to see. We've got the 8-minute damn short about the Moulin Rouge, and we're gonna end it up with the sustainability to show what it's gonna take to have a sustainable lifestyle. So the house is gonna be very active, the yard's gonna be active, the street's gonna be active. We're, taking over F Street actually.
Like one of our band members, what was he in the Platters or something?
Yeah, oh yeah, so we've got,
He comes and sits on the couch with us and hangs out at the house. I'm like, can you just come sit here every day with us,
yeah,
please?
he's an amazing person, very amazing. Okay, so, if anyone wants to call in and talk to us, I know we're running late and we're gonna probably end a little bit early because we are so busy today getting ready for tomorrow. So do we have time for one more, reading from the Temple of Hip Hop? Okay.
Mention the lady who passed away.
Okay, all right, so here we go. We got down to number 12. And now he talks about entrepreneur. And what does entrepreneur mean? We're on number 12.
So,
Entrepreneur.
I am the entrepreneur who presents expert negotiating that repeatedly escapes poverty's routine experiences, never exploiting unlimited resources. In my time, I am self-created and self-sustained.
Wow, so he took the word entrepreneur and really broke it down.
Expert negotiating that repeatedly escapes poverty's routine experiences, never exploiting unlimited resources.
And that gets back to that word of conservation.
Self-created, self-sustained, your own soulmate.
Exactly.
Okay.
So he's so by following his words, it just, so we are hip hoppers and we didn't even know it. He says, I am hip hop. I'm not just doing hip hop. I am hip hop. I am the watchman in the tower of hip hop's inner city, urging my people to turn from sickness, hatred, ignorance, and poverty, and be restored to health, love, awareness, and wealth. I am the teacher, a witness to the activity of God within and around hip hop. So, when I went to the lecture, the KRS lecture, a young man in the audience held up his hands and he says, people got such a negative attitude about hip hop and rap, but it really is a positive, But how do we get the old people informed? How do we reach the old people? And because I consider myself an old person, I took it upon myself to learn what the hip hop culture is all about, and hopefully other old people will take the time to understand that it's not about just negative rap music. There is an entire international culture of young people who have a whole different philosophy, and they don't believe the same things we believe.
It's the same thing as us sitting on the couch with the older people that come to the Harrison House. If the older people don't have the conversation with the younger people, then it's how you live it. It's how you, if you don't talk it, like he was saying today, it's how you live it and you show it and you show the example and you always keep the conversation going, even if it's not like the conversation about the issue. You just have to talk to each other and be real with each other. And then no matter what age you are, like a person who's cool is cool.
Yes.
And a person who's not is not. And even though the older men that come over to your house,
Don't be telling all my business.
that have volunteered with us.
Oh, okay. We're talking about those volunteers.
What business? Who likes them young anyway? No, I'm just kidding. No, the older volunteer men that come to your house are guys that sit on the couch with us.
Yeah, I know
While I'm
that.
typing
Okay, okay.
away. Great. Love it. So anyway, our dudes. They, when I first walked in the scene, they were like, what, who, huh? But now it's there's no barriers. Now that we have the conversations and we're talking and we're hanging out and we have the same goal as the children and, the community, we're all the same.
Yeah.
The music's the same, the food is the same, like, we like the same things. And so it transcends age, it transcends color, it transcends all these things. You either are hip hop or you're not. You're cool or you're not. You're tight ass or you're not. So.
Right.
All right, well, we want to take the last few moments, and I just want to talk a little bit more about Miss Shirley Barber.
Yeah.
I mean, because she was such an upstanding individual in the community. As an example, it's according to Linda Young, who is the school district trustee. She said that Shirley Barber stood alone at times during her 12 years on the board of trustees, and there were times. She was always standing for what was best for the children, even if she had to stand alone. And sometimes she did have to stand alone. There were some tense exchanges from time to time, but she had the support from the community 1,000% of the time. And this article is coming from the Review Journal today. Linda Young was remembering a large book drive that Shirley Barber coordinated for 5 or 6 years when they were both principals. And the donation drive happened before school even began. And they helped to get more books into the hands of young children living in poverty who couldn't otherwise afford them. And she was a pioneer in the education arena way before the many things were incorporated into the school district themselves. So Shirley Barber is being laid to rest today, and we're fortunate to have her as a member of the Las Vegas community.
It's not easy to work in the school district, especially as a trustee. It is not.
No, for sure. So, no, her birthday. Oh, she was 83 years old, and it doesn't say when she was born, but you can subtract 83 from 2018, that'll give you her birthday. My math isn't that fast. But she was 83 years old when she passed away last week. Okay, so our condolences to the Barber family, and all of Las Vegas is mourning for her passing. And so again, we're here every day from noon until 1 here at Radio Tribune. These shows are going up on YouTube and onto Network Nevada TV. We're so proud to be working with Network Nevada TV.
Yes.
A shout out to Ms. Monica Lenore. And we want to just thank Rolando Larraz again for allowing us to have this hour weekdays from noon till 1 o'clock every day. You're welcome to call in, come down and see us, because we're going to be getting down every day from noon to 1. Gotta get past Mardi Gras and go deep. And it's for parting words from anybody. DJ.
Peace.
I really hope that everyone will come out tomorrow. We worked really hard on this, and since 1972, it is the tradition to carry on the unity in the community. So we want everyone to come out.
And I just want to thank Jennifer for coming in and bringing in so much new spirit and all the energy that she's been able to stimulate at Harrison House since she's been around. It's just phenomenal. The people that are coming in to volunteer because of her efforts. I mean, I met some amazing people the last 3 weeks, and a lot of good new relationships. And
I have to thank everyone else. It's not me. I have to thank every single person that stands beside me. Every person, like, I am not even your leader. I am like standing next to you. I can't even believe.
So Mr. Mumford is, we hope to make him proud tomorrow with crowning our king, because he has been the one who's been working beside us tirelessly for the past 10 years, laying the foundation for the future of Ward 5, especially for the historic West Side, and we're just fortunate to be on his team. Yeah. All right. So until tomorrow, this is Radio Tribune. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Okay, let's go back to that CASA.